I learned this too late, and it cost me years of my life. For a long time, I believed a dangerous lie. I believed that being loyal, kind, and always available would earn me respect. I believed that if I explained myself clearly enough, if I showed my intentions, my pain, my effort, people would finally understand my value. They didn't, and the truth hurt more than rejection. Because the mistake wasn't that I worked hard. The mistake wasn't that I cared. The mistake wasn't even trusting people. The real mistake was working hard without boundaries. I gave my time freely. I answered every call. I replied to every message instantly. I showed up even when I was exhausted. I spoke too much about my dreams, my plans, my struggles. I thought transparency made me noble. What it really made me was predictable. I tried to prove myself to people who were already benefiting from my weakness. And here's the part nobody wants to admit. When people benefit from you having no boundaries, they don't respect you more. They respect you less. Because respect is not built on how much you give. It's built on what you protect. I learned this too late. There was a time I sat quietly, listening to a man who carried himself differently. He didn't talk much. He didn't rush. When he spoke, people leaned in. When he left the room, his absence was felt. Someone asked him how he commanded respect without demanding it. He smiled and said something simple. Never explain what people can observe. Let results speak. That sentence changed everything, because I realized something painful. The more I explained myself, the less authority I had. The more I talked, the cheaper my words became. The more available I was, the more disposable I felt. So I did something uncomfortable. I stopped talking. I stopped justifying my choices. I stopped explaining my silence. I stopped announcing my plans. I stopped trying to be understood by people who had already made up their minds. And at first, it felt wrong. Silence feels like weakness when you're addicted to approval. Boundaries feel like cruelty when you've been trained to overgive. People noticed immediately. Why are you acting different? Why are you so quiet now? You've changed. They were right. Because I replaced noise with discipline. I replaced explanations with execution. I replaced availability with focus. And slowly, very slowly, things changed. People started listening when I spoke. Not because I spoke louder, but because I spoke less. Opportunities appeared without me chasing them. Not because I begged, but because I was no longer desperate. See, powerful people understand a rule early that most people learn late. Respect is not requested. It is enforced by behavior. You don't ask people to value you. You move in a way that makes disrespect expensive. Another lesson came quietly, but it hit hard. Access is currency. When everyone can reach you anytime, your value drops. When you respond instantly to everything, you train people to treat you as background noise. When you say yes to everything, your yes means nothing. Powerful people control access not because they are arrogant, but because focus is expensive. Every unnecessary conversation costs energy. Every forced explanation steals momentum. Every emotional reaction gives away leverage. I learned to pause. I learned that not reacting is a form of control. That silence unsettles people who are used to controlling you through your emotions. When you don't explain yourself, people fill the gaps with curiosity, and curiosity creates respect. Another truth nobody warns you about. When you stop overgiving, some people will call you selfish. When you stop explaining, some people will call you arrogant. When you move in silence, some people will say you've changed. And they're right, because growth always offends those who benefited from your old version. Some people don't miss you, they miss the access they had to you. Some people don't hate your silence. They hate that they can no longer predict you. And unpredictability when backed by discipline is power. I also learned patience the hard way. Results take time, but silence accelerates respect. When people don't know your next move, they pay attention. When you don't broadcast your struggles, your wins feel heavier. When you don't argue, you win without fighting. I stopped trying to convince. I started letting outcomes speak. And the strange thing is this: the less I tried to prove myself, the more people assumed I was valuable. Because in the real world, value is often assumed, not explained. So, if you're still talking too much, if you're still trying to be understood by everyone, If you're still hoping effort alone will save you, listen carefully, pull back, build quietly, protect your time, say less. Let your actions replace your words. Because the mistake isn't failing. The mistake is staying loud, available, and invisible for too long. Learn this now, not later. It will save you years. And once you understand it, you'll never move the same way again.